And yet I truly believe that it's so important to take good care of ourselves. And Yoga Nidra is one of those ways that we can do that. So I really feel like my calling is to help people relax, because that's where true healing lies, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So my hope today is to share a bit about the science and the philosophy of Yoga Nidra, and to give you the experience to inspire you to take time for the simple but radical act of making time to rest. So I'd like to just begin with a short practice of just inviting us into presence and inviting us into this sacred space together. So sitting comfortably wherever you are, or lying down if you're already lying down. And so we'll begin by listening to a sound of the bell, and this bell that invites us out of the busyness of our everyday life into our inner life, to our body, our breath, and beyond. And so taking a few deep breaths, breathing in, and as you exhale, feel the weight of your body sinking into the chair or whatever you're sitting or lying on. And continue to breathe, feeling the ground beneath you, the earth holding us. And feel the support of all of us here in this online community. And take a moment to notice how your body feels today. Whether there's any tension or tightness, discomfort, or even pain. And if there's a way to make yourself a little bit more comfortable, go ahead and do that. And continue to feel the rhythm of your breath. And be aware of your state of mind. Thoughts about the day, or worries or plans. Acknowledge them and then simply set them aside for now, so you can be completely present here now. And feel yourself fully welcomed into this space. All of who you are, all of who you've been, all of who you are becoming. Everything and everyone is welcome. So here we are, 14 months into a pandemic that has completely turned our lives upside down, and not at all sure when and if and how it will end. We've experienced isolation, loneliness, stress, tension, worry, anxiety, fear, sleepless nights, maybe too much sleep, grief, both acknowledged and unacknowledged, and the list goes on. And yet, too, I wonder, what can this pandemic teach us? What are the lessons that we're learning? One of the invitations of this pandemic is to slow down our frantic pace of life, to find a gentler rhythm. Now, some of us can't do that, and for those of you on the front lines, I bow to you in gratitude for all that you're doing. And yet the invitation is still to make sure that you have ways to take care of yourself amidst all the stress, even just a simple walk in the forest. There's a poem by Felicia Morel called Silence, and it kind of speaks to kind of the essence of where Yoga Nidra takes us to. She says, if you're silent, you can hear the forest breathe, the holy hush of the tree's limb. Silence is God's first language. The way it soaks into your skin, surrounds you, blanketing you like the forest's breath. Silence, the cadence of the land at rest, the body asleep and rested, the heart awake. Silence, the deep rhythmic breathing of a mind slowed down. An ocean still, wet dew clinging to grass blade. So let those words sink in. And in a time when so many people are gasping for breath, we've forgotten how to breathe consciously and relax. So many of us feel overscheduled. We feel the tyranny of tasks weighing us down. We live in a consumer society that dictates to us to do more, be more, accomplish more. And isn't it interesting, even in the midst of this pandemic, we find ourselves rushing from one online meeting to another, one Zoom room to the next Zoom room. And sadly, we have even passed this task-oriented, do more attitude on to our children and grandchildren, putting undue pressure on them to perform instead of taking time to be kids and just play. Is this what we want our legacy to be? My teacher, Buddhist master Thich Nhat Hanh says, there is no healing without relaxation. When we can allow ourselves to rest and relax, healing becomes possible. Just think about that for a moment and really hear it. There is no healing without relaxation. Indeed, in Plum Village monasteries, Thich Nhat Hanh's practice center, there is always one day during the week that he smiles and calls lazy day, similar to the Christian or Jewish idea of Sabbath. This is a time to not follow the usual schedule of getting up and meditating at 5 a.m. It's a day to follow the longing of your soul, to relax, to heal, to listen to the whispers of your heart. And yet, even at Plum Village, a lot of people struggle with the idea of taking a whole day off, unstructured. They're uncomfortable without a schedule to follow, without the idea of something to do. Thich Nhat Hanh says, we think that when we are not doing anything, we are wasting our time. That is not true. Our time is first of all for us to be. To be what? To be alive, to be peace, to be joy, to be loving. And that is what the world needs the most. So we train ourselves in order to just be. So Yoga Nidra is a practice of training yourself to relax and just be. It's a lying down practice of deep relaxation. So just before we go any further, we're just going to take a little body-centered break. I know it's the end of the day for most of us. And so simply, you can do this sitting in a chair or on a cushion. I'm going to back up a little bit so that you can see me a little bit better here. And just take a moment and take a deep centered breath in again. And as you exhale, again, feel that sense of your weight settling. And tune into the feeling of your breath as it rises and falls. And then we're going to add some movement to our breath, just a nice stretch to begin to open us up a little bit. And so with your arms, inhale, reaching your arms up and over your head. And as you exhale, releasing down. And again, inhale, stretching up, and be aware if you have a shoulder injury, then just don't lift it all the way. Just lift wherever feels comfortable for you. And again, inhaling, stretching up, and exhaling back down. So these are little things that we can do even in the midst of our day. If we've been sitting too long, just taking these mini breaks. All right, we're going to do a stretch for this upper back area here that, I don't know about you, but it gets tight. My shoulders get tight. So inhale, stretch your arms out to the side and imagine you have a big wingspan like a big eagle. And then as you exhale, crossing one arm over the other and give yourself a big hug. Draw your elbows down, draw your shoulders down, and then releasing your chin down. Let the back of the neck stretch out. Send some breath into that upper back area between the shoulder blades. And this is part of what we'll be doing when we rest in Yoga Nidra, is to send some breath and prana and life energy to different parts of our body to release. Take a few more breaths here. And this is a beautiful gesture of self-care, this self-hug, letting go of judgment, letting go of busyness, and just taking time to send that loving kindness to yourself. And on your next inhale, once more, stretching the arms out. Oh, that lovely heart-opening wingspan. And then exhale, this time crossing with the opposite arm on top. Draw the shoulders down. Drop your chin. Let the head be very heavy. Feel the breath releasing any tension in your shoulders, your upper back, the neck. Just noticing how you feel. What might still be tight, what you could let go of. And then one last time, inhale, stretch those wings out, embracing everything. Stretch through your fingertips. And then exhale, releasing the arms down. Give yourself a little roll of the shoulders to release any remaining tension. Maybe take a moment to just gently turn your head from side to side, releasing anything that might be in the neck. And then coming back to center. little bit more refreshed there. So I just wanted to give us a little body break there. There's so many other stretches and things that we could do in our yoga practice, but it's most all about bringing that loving and kind attention to our bodies, because so often we rush around and we forget that we even have bodies. We forget to take care of ourselves. So just a little break there. So what is Yoga Nidra? I think a few of you have done some Yoga Nidra before, but I'm going to just explain a little bit more about Yoga Nidra and also about the different stages of relaxation that we go through. So Yoga Nidra is a conscious relaxation and meditation technique. It's usually done in the yogic posture of Shavasana that we usually do at the end of a yoga practice, where we lie down and we just release and surrender ourselves back to the earth and surrender our practice. However, Yoga Nidra can also be done seated if getting down on the floor isn't comfortable for you. So this idea of simply lying down and surrendering your body to the ground, such a radical, simple thing to do. And you're guided away from the crazy busyness of your outer life into your inner world and into a relaxed subconscious state of mind. Yoga Nidra means yogic sleep. It is sleep with a trace of awareness, where you're guided into that state of deep relaxation that actually gives you the same benefits as a good night's sleep. In fact, it's said that 15 minutes of Yoga Nidra is equal to an hour of deep and restful sleep. Now today we're going to do probably about a 30, maybe 40-minute practice if there's time. So you're going to feel well rested. So Yoga Nidra is also a practice of pratyahara. Now pratyahara is one of the 8 limbs of yoga that guides us to our true self. And pratyahara is a guiding of the senses inwards, away from outer distractions. You know, so often we are bombarded by sights and smells and sounds and everything that we see on the internet, you know, and we have our phones now, so we're never without all of those distractions. And so pratyahara is that guidance inwards. So you'll be guided through different stages of consciousness to hopefully find yourself floating in a dream-like state, open to the healing of body, mind, and soul. And so some of the obvious benefits of Yoga Nidra are, first of all, this cascade of physiological responses. The heart rate slows down, the respiratory rate, the breathing slows down, blood pressure goes down. Yoga Nidra, deep rest, boosts our immune system. Boy, do we need that right now. It releases tension and strain from our muscles and our joints. And it can help to manage chronic pain. And I specifically teach to a lot of people with chronic pain. Obviously, it's not like a magic pill, but slowly over time, it gives us some tools to manage some of the chronic pain, as well as some of the emotional problems that people are especially dealing with these days. The anxiety from the lockdown, depression, mood swings. Yoga Nidra helps create feelings of contentment and inner peace. It can create better sleep patterns, so it helps with problems with sleeping. And it actually gives us more energy. And I think we all know that when we feel well rested, when we wake up well rested in the morning, we just have that much more energy for the day. But one of the deeper benefits of a consistent Yoga Nidra is the transformation of beliefs and habits that keep you stuck in patterns of negativity. It helps uncover and heal past trauma. And eventually, it reconnects us to our soul's purpose and gives us the energy we need to fulfill that purpose. So as we begin to go through all of those thoughts and worries, and we dip down beneath the surface, we start to listen to those little soul whispers that bubble up. Those are the dreams of who we want to be. And we feel empowered through this practice. So a little bit more about these different stages that I'll guide you through. So the first stage is simply to arrive and welcome yourself into the Yoga Nidra space. And you'll be lying down, you'll feel the weight of your body, the earth holding you, you'll be tuning into your senses, just being present, welcoming your experience exactly as it is, letting go of judgment, big part of the practice. And then next, you'll be invited to make a sankalpa. Now, a sankalpa is an inner intention or a resolve. It's what is my heart's deepest desire for myself or for my life. It's a quality that you'd like to invite, stated in the present moment. So something simple like, I am healthy and whole. I am relaxed. I am peaceful. I am loving. I trust myself. I trust in life. So it's different for each and every one of us. Don't overthink it. And then you'll be guided through a rotation of consciousness to all parts of your body in a very sequential way. And of course, this is bringing that loving attention, that loving energy to our body and our mind, and it trains our body to be present. It also awakens sensation. So it allows us to begin to feel into more subtle sensations that we're ordinarily not aware of. And it soothes our nervous system. So then we start to move through what yoga calls the Maya koshas. And these are 5 layers of consciousness or aware of. Yoga awareness. Yoga kind of gives us a map that points the way to our true self. And yoga philosophy tells us that our true self is hidden behind coverings or layers called the Maya koshas. Maya means illusion and kosha means a layer. So we go through the body, the prana, the life energy. We get through the muck of all of our thoughts and beliefs, and those things that cloud our ability to connect to our true self that is always peaceful, always loving, that is ever expansive and always at one. It's kind of like peeling back the layers of an onion. So the first layer is called Annamaya kosha, and that's our physical body. It consists of the bones, the muscles, the skin, organs, blood, everything that is form in our body. And so we learn how to, again, connect to that, release. This evening we're going to use what's called some progressive relaxation, where we squeeze and release different parts of the body to release tension from our body and our muscles and our connective tissue. So that's the most outer layer. The second layer in is called Pranamaya kosha, and this is our subtle energy body. Prana is our life energy seen outwardly as breath. It's the chi of Chinese medicine. It's known by a lot of different names. But when we breathe, prana is distributed all through the body. It penetrates the space between and in between cells and organs and bones. And so with gentle guidance from our mind, we can use the breath to deliberately infuse the cells with this vital energy. And next, we move into manomaya kosha. This is our mental and emotional body. And it's a really heavy and dense and thick layer because it's the place where we hold deeply embedded thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, everything we've learned or experienced in our life. So yoga holds that each time that we have been injured physically or wounded emotionally, we quite often hold this pain or feeling deep in our tissues, in our physical bodies. There's a trite saying that says we hold our issues in our tissues if we don't deal with them in the moment and in a healthy way. And so we can use the mind to direct the breath to different parts of our mind body to release these hidden thoughts, memories, and trauma. I've actually worked with quite a few people with different forms of PTSD to help them deal with the trauma of whatever that original incident was or ongoing trauma. So at this point, once we begin to relax the physical body, the subtle body, we get through the thoughts, the feelings, beliefs. There's a feeling of heaviness in the body. The muscles say, oh, I can finally let go. And we just feel the heaviness of this bag of bones and organs. And we just relax into the earth. Next, we move into Vijnanamaya kosha. This is sometimes known as our wisdom body. This is the body of intuition and wisdom. So when we relax the body and the mind, our deeper knowing and intuition can begin to come to the surface. It's those little soul whispers I talked about. And we all experience them, even sometimes out on a walk in nature, by the ocean, those moments when we have those little sparks of intuition that we just know what to do, or those creative ideas come to us. And so that's the area of our wisdom body. And next is Anandamaya kosha. That's our bliss body, or the body of joy. It's this placeless place of deep stillness, deep peace, and deep joy, the pure joy of just being. And we not only sense and feel this stillness, we become that stillness that's beyond our body, beyond our breath, beyond our thoughts. And we dip into the silence of the true self that is always one with all. It doesn't see itself as separate. So now I've given you kind of this map of unpeeling the onion, but it's not quite as simple as that. It's not quite so sequential. So it's important to realize that these sheaths are not separate, but they intermingle and interpenetrate each other. And I feel that the practice of going inwards is very much like the Christian meditative practice of walking the labyrinth, that meandering inwards and outwards with absolutely no idea where you're going and when you'll get there, because there's no there to get. And so I've given you this map, but in the end, the map dissolves, and it's just allowing ourselves to be held in this spacious place. So, and when we first start the practice, we might just dip in on those outer layers, and that's fine. And sometimes we may feel like we've fallen asleep, and perhaps we had. And I do find that when people first begin the practice, they fall asleep because we're so fatigued physically, emotionally, that we just need that deeper sleep. But I find that with consistent practice over time, people are able to stay in that state where there is just that touch of awareness, where the body is deeply relaxed. So that gives you an idea of what Yoga Nidra is, and the different stages of the Maya koshas and the different stages of relaxation. And so in a moment, we're going to move into the practice. But I'm just wondering if there's any quick questions before we begin. Mary Jean, do you want to turn off the recording for a minute and just see if anybody wants to ask any quick questions? I do see a question there, but I'll address that question at the end. Somebody asked, is practicing Yoga Nidra usually guided? Yeah, so I'll address that at the end. So let's go ahead and make ourselves comfortable, lying on the ground or lying in an easy chair. I'm going to show you how to set yourself up if you're on the ground. So I'm going to just show you my yoga mat here, because there's a couple of important pointers. So one is to have a kind of cushion or a pillow for your head. I have these lovely half moon cushions that are great. So I usually use that for my head. It's also good to have either a pillow or a cushion to go underneath your knees. And then the other thing is to have a blanket. So it's really important to have a blanket for a couple of reasons. First is you want your body to stay warm. And even in the warmer weather, it's nice to have maybe a lighter cotton blanket. The reason for this is because, and I'll show you, so as we lie down, so you're gonna have your blanket all ready to be nice and cozy. But as we lie down in Shavasana on our backs, it can be quite an open and vulnerable position for our body. And so if you've had any kind of trauma, the body naturally wants to protect itself. And so it's important to have a sense of covering. And also, some of you, if you have some of those weighted blankets that are said to help with anxiety, it also helps to settle our body as well, to have something covering us. Now, just before I cover myself, I want to show you the arms here. So we call these Shavasana arms. Shavasana arms is to just rest your arms out to the side. Now, there's a little adjustment to make for your shoulders. So press down through the backs of the elbows, lift and expand your chest, and then set down. So the shoulder blades can lie a little bit flatter. Now, you may choose to keep your arms out to the side with the palms up. That's the usual traditional posture of Shavasana. However, sometimes I find that people, depending on how your shoulders are, maybe that's not comfortable for you. So if it feels more comfortable for you to have your palms down, go ahead and do that. Or even if you have a shoulder injury, sometimes people are more comfortable just resting your hands on your body, on your rib cage there. You might want to go ahead and finish covering yourself with a blanket there. So just finish getting yourself comfortable. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention is, this is like the icing on the cake, is to get yourself an eye pillow. And this has a little bit of weight to it. I think it's filled with some flax seeds. And so when you lie down and you place the bag on your eyes, it soothes all the eye muscles. It also creates that sense of darkness, and it's very soothing to the nervous system as well. You can get these, I think, at most yoga or meditation stores. Just look around for them. I know one of my students used to make these, and so I have a lot that she's made for me. So if you're a sewer, it's quite nice to be able to make them. So, all right, so let's continue as you make yourself comfortable to move into this practice of Yoga Nidra. All right. So give yourself permission to completely relax and let go. And trust that there's nothing that you have to do or make happen in this practice. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to plan for. It is a practice of letting go and surrender. And trust that there's a part of you that's already healthy, already whole, already peaceful. And that all you have to do is start to peel back the layers so that you can reconnect with this healthy, peaceful you. And so take a deep cleansing breath. So a deep cleansing breath is to breathe in through your nose, pause a moment, and a long, slow exhale through your mouth. And just feel yourself beginning to let go. Feel the weight of your body beginning to settle. Take a few more breaths on your own timing. And sense how the breath is moving through the front of your body. And as you exhale, invite a sense of the front of the body dissolving into the back of the body. Feeling all of your muscles, your bones settling into the back of the body. And not only are your muscles and bones, but your inner organs. So you exhale, invite all of the inner organs to rest and nestle into the back of your body. And also the blood and the fluid. Inhaling the breath. Exhale. Invite your blood and fluid to pool into the back of the body. And feel the back of your body resting and dissolving into the surface you're lying on. And beneath that, deep into the earth. And trust that you are completely supported, that it's safe to relax, to rest. Continue to feel the movements of your breath. And just before we settle down completely into stillness, I'm going to invite you into a practice of progressive relaxation where we squeeze and release different areas of the body. And this teaches the body, the nervous system, the difference between holding tension and relaxing and letting go. So bring your awareness to the feeling of your right leg and foot. Just notice how it feels. On your next inhale, lift and point your right leg and feel all the muscles squeezing tight. And then exhale, relax the right foot down and let the entire right leg relax. And now do the same thing with your left leg and foot. Inhale, lift and point the left foot, squeezing all the muscles. And as you exhale, relax. And feeling both legs and feet relaxed and comfortable. Make any final adjustments. Continue to feel your breath. And now be aware of your right arm and your right hand. Take a moment to stretch your fingers out. On your next inhale, squeeze and make a fist and really squeeze all the muscles tight right up into the shoulder. And then as you exhale, relax the hand and allow the shoulder, the arm, the hand to relax. And now do the same on the left. Take a moment and stretch the fingers of the left hand out. And then inhale, make a fist, squeeze that arm tight. And then as you exhale, relax and let it go. Make any final adjustments to your shoulders, your arms, your hands to be completely relaxed and at ease. And now bring awareness to your hips and your pelvis. As you inhale, squeezing the buttocks, the pelvis will rise a little bit, tailbone lengthens out, and as you exhale, setting your pelvis down and inviting the weight of an entire pelvic bowl to rest deeply. And now bring awareness to your abdomen. As you inhale, fully expanding the abdomen outwards, pause a moment. And as slowly as possible, exhale as you feel the abdomen soften and release. And now moving up into the rib cage and the chest. Inhale, fully expanding the lungs, the rib cage, the chest. Pausing a moment. And as slowly as possible, exhale. Letting the air out very slowly. Return back to your natural breathing pattern. Sensing that wave-like movement. And then bringing awareness to your neck or your throat. Take a moment to swallow, relax the throat muscles. And then bring awareness to the feeling of your mouth or jaw. We hold a lot of tension here. So inhale as you open your mouth wide as if to yawn. And as you exhale, let it relax. Relaxing the mouth, maybe moistening the lips. And finally, bring awareness to the eyes and all the tiny muscles around the eyes. As you inhale, squeezing the eyes tightly shut and really feel all that tension in the face. And then exhale as you soften and relax. Smooth out the forehead and the worry lines. Let your face be soft and smooth. And so bring your awareness back to the feeling of the whole body now. And so we start to journey into this inner world. We surrender our body back to the earth, trusting in this practice of Yoga Nidra to give us exactly what we need for our deepest healing. And so take a moment to create your inner intention or your heartfelt prayer. Maybe feel into your heart center. What is your deepest desire for yourself, your life? And don't overthink a word or phrase. Healing, to be loving, to trust, to be whole. And then restate that in the present moment. It's already a felt reality. I am healthy and whole. I am healing. I am healed. I am loving. I am peaceful. Whatever it is for you. So we state it 3 times silently in our own mind. planting the seed for that intention to manifest fully in our life. So coming back to the feeling of your breath, this gift of life and prana and energy. Feel it rise and fall in your belly. And knowing that it's so much more than just breath. It does contain our life energy, our prana. And we can direct this healing energy all through our body for health and healing. And so as you continue to breathe mindfully, bring awareness to your feet. Inhaling the breath. And as you exhale, send that healing energy down your legs to your feet, relaxing the feet. And now to your shins, inhaling the breath. Exhale, send that loving energy to your shins, your calves, your ankles, your feet. Inhale as the abdomen rises. Exhale, send that relaxing energy to your knees, softening the space behind your knees. And now to your thighs, inhaling the breath. Exhale, send that relaxing breath to your thighs, your knees, your shins, your ankles, your feet. Continuing on your own breathing rhythm. And each time you exhale, send that relaxing energy down your legs, brushing away any tension, tightness, discomfort from your legs and your feet. Feel your legs becoming heavy and relaxed. And now bring your breath awareness to your chest or your heart center. Feel a sense of the breath rising and falling in your chest. And as you inhale, imagine broadening across the collarbones to your shoulders. As you exhale, send that healing energy down your arms to your hands. And let's do that a few times. So that breathing from the heart center to your shoulders, that exhale, sending relaxing energy to your hands. Inviting your hands to be soft and relaxed, empty of tasks, receptive and open to this gift of relaxation. Continuing to breathe from your heart center. Inhaling. So you exhale, sending that relaxing energy now to your forearms and your wrists. And now to your elbows, inhaling from the heart center. Exhaling that beautiful heart energy to your elbows. Soften the inner space of the elbows. Inhaling from your heart center. Exhaling now to the upper arms. Relaxing the upper arm bones. And finally, inhaling from the heart center. As you exhale, inviting the shoulders to release. Let go of whatever you might be holding in your shoulders, physically, mentally, emotionally. And take a few more heart-centered breaths. And each time you exhale, relaxing the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Feel your arms and hands becoming heavy, relaxed, and balanced. As our outer limbs start to relax and let go, it encourages a deeper letting go in the rest of our body. So bring awareness now to the hips and the pelvis. Inhaling the breath. Exhale again as you soften the buttocks. Feel the weight of the pelvis sinking into the ground. Soften the pelvic floor. Feel the fluidity of the breath as it moves in and through all of the pelvic muscles, bones, and the pelvic organs. This healing energy. Moving now to the abdomen. Inhale as the abdomen gently expands without strain. And as you exhale, imagine softening through all of the abdominal organs and layers. Imagine healing energy to all of the digestive organs. Tune in to your body's wisdom for healing through the breath. Bring your awareness a little bit higher now into the lower rib cage area that houses the lungs as well as some of our other organs. Inhale as you feel the rib cage lift and expand, and exhale as you simply feel that softening and release. Be in touch with your lungs as you inhale. Imagine the lungs fully inflating to receive the gift of breath. And as you exhale, inviting the lungs to completely empty and maybe even rest a bit at the end of the exhale. Feel your breath slowing down, smoothing out, becoming effortless. And bring your awareness now up into the chest, your heart center. Inhale as the chest rises. Exhale as you soften, perhaps through layers of tightness or constriction in your chest or the heart center. And don't forget about the physical heart. Inhaling the breath. Exhale. Send your heart your love and gratitude for all the work it does, pumping blood every single moment, every single day, all through our body. And bring awareness to the wave-like flow of your breath. Through the belly and the rib cage, up into the chest, flowing all the way back down. And each time you exhale, feel your back muscles relaxing and releasing. And then being in touch with the spine as the central axis of your nervous system. Beginning at the base of the spine, inhaling the breath, maybe imagining it as light, just partway up to the lower back. And as you exhale, it settles back down. On your next inhale, bringing that healing energy a little bit higher to the middle back area. Exhale, it flows back down. On the next inhale, bring that healing energy up your spine to the upper back, the area between your shoulder blades. Exhaling back down. And finally, inhaling it all the way from the base of the spine to the base of the skull, and exhaling all the way back down. You might imagine it as pure white light, clearing out this central axis of both your physical nervous system and your spiritual nervous system. On your next inhale, follow that energy and light all the way up to the base of the skull, but stay here now. And as you exhale, invite the back of your head to rest deeply into the surface or the cushion you're lying on. Continue to feel the full movement of breath. And bring awareness now to your ears. And just take a moment to listen, be aware of the sounds around you. An inner receptive listening. Inhaling the breath. And as you exhale, imagine moving inwards through the inner ear canals, away from outer sounds and distractions. And bring your awareness now to your mouth and your jaw, the tongue, and space inside your mouth. Inhaling the gentle breath. As you exhale, relax the mouth, the jaw. Invite the mouth to relax into a smile of contentment, the smile of the Buddha, the awakened one. Feel the soft touch of the breath in and out through the nostrils, touching back into the sinuses. And bring your awareness to your eyes, softening the inner corners of your eyes, the outer corners of your eyes. Inhaling the breath. Exhale as you invite the eyes to relax away from outer sights and distractions. Be aware of the skin on your forehead. Inhaling the gentle breath. Exhale, imagine a gentle hand smoothing away the worry lines. Feel your entire face soft and smooth. And feel the sides of the scalp, the top of the scalp, the back of the scalp. Inhaling the breath. Exhale, imagine relaxing the roots of your hair. Feel the weight of the head continuing to rest back deeply. And bring your awareness back to the feeling of the whole body. The body breathing. The body being breathed. And notice how soft and subtle the breath becomes the deeper we become relaxed. At this point, you might begin to transition from that feeling of heaviness to a feeling of lightness. And yet let your experience be exactly as it is. And bring your awareness now to the bottom soles of your feet. And imagine that you could breathe in and out through the bottom soles of your feet. So inhale through the bottoms of your feet, all the way up your legs, all the way up to your heart center. And as you exhale, let that breath flow back down from the heart center, all the way back down through the soles of your feet. Inhale through the feet. Maybe it feels like waves of the ocean all the way up, and then this healing, cleansing, purifying wave carries out any remaining thoughts, memories, tension, pain. And continue with that visualization with your breath a few more times. Breathing in through the soles of the feet, all the way up through the legs and all the way up to the heart center. That wave flowing all the way back out. And letting go of that, and bring awareness now to the very crown of your head, the crown chakra. That place that was very open as a newborn baby, innocent. That one, the source of love. And now imagine you could breathe in and out through the crown of your head. Breathe in that spacious sky energy through the crown of the head, all the way down to your heart center again. And then exhale, send that energy back up through the neck, the head, all the way out through the crown of the head. Again, this cleansing, renewing breath. Inhaling beautiful blue sky into your heart center. Exhaling any feelings of grief, sadness, things that can't be named. Let them release. And finally, bring your awareness to rest in your heart center, that placeless place, in touch with the great heart that holds us all. And imagine breathing from your heart center. Inhale as you breathe to the edges of your skin. Exhale as you breathe out beyond your skin into the air, the space around you. Imagine your skin becoming more porous, translucent, transparent. Breathing from your heart center. Exhale, allowing yourself to simply rest and dissolve into this loving space, into stillness. And so I'm going to leave you for a few moments in this silent space just to Relax and breathe. And when it's time, I will sound a bell. Staying relaxed, staying still, and just listening for a moment. Aware of the sound of the bell and any other sounds in your space. Notice how soft and subtle your breath is in this deep state of relaxation. Feel back into the solidness of the earth beneath you. Notice how your body feels. What's the state of your mind? And the quality of your breath. pointing to your inner landscape. And begin to consciously deepen your breath. Take in that fresh new energy. Every time we awaken from Yoga Nidra, we awaken to a renewed sense of ourself, to new possibilities. And sensing what it is that your body needs to awaken. Maybe just wiggling your fingers and your toes and delighting in these movements that your body makes. Begin to stretch and move. Sometimes it's nice to give the knees a little hug in, take a little roll from side to side, whatever it is that your body needs. And so again, taking your time. Traditionally, we take a moment to roll over and rest on your right side. Keep your head supported. And this might be a good time, if you haven't already, to listen for those soul whispers, those little sparks of wisdom. It might just be a feeling, a hunch, an image. Maybe a word or phrase has arisen for you. Keep trusting in your own inner wisdom. And when it feels right, bring yourself back up to a seated position. Again, just taking a moment to feel the ground beneath you, the sky above, and to feel into the support of this online community. And to feel back into your own heart center. To feel that inner state of calm and peace. And we know we practice not only for ourselves, but we practice for our families, our communities. We practice for the whole world. And so imagine the effects of your practice rippling out into the world, honoring this time and this space together. Namaste. Peace to all. So that's the end of our formal Yoga Nidra practice. I think we'll stick around for some questions. Mary Jean, if you want to stop the recording, maybe people will be less shy about asking questions.